Alright folks, here we are today at Stanfield Automotive, Cherokee, Alabama. We're working on this fine little Jeep right here. And for most of y'all folks know, if you don't know, that JEEP stands for just empty every pocket. That's your starter word. Okay, now what we're going to do here today is we've been messing with this Jeep. It's been complaining, popping back through the intake, backfiring. Okay, now we've replaced all the sensors. Customer wanted the sensors replaced tonight, advised it might be a lifter. Of course they didn't want to listen, so we replaced it. Anywho, we've come down to this little booger right here. The lifter failed. Yes sir, the lifter failed. Just like a hydraulic jack loses pressure, well this lifter lost its pressure. Of course it's primed up now because we worked with it and messed with it, showing some students of mine what you do to fix a lifter, which there really ain't no fix, you just replace it. But I was showing them and it all of a sudden started taking lift, which was this Jeep's problem. Sometimes it would pop back through the intake or backfire through the intake, and sometimes it run perfect. So what we're going to do today is we're going to replace the lifter. Now we've already took the engine apart, got the lifter primed up, it's ready to go. Alright, you don't have to do that, but I like to do it because of oil. I like oil, and oil's good on engines. Now, get my magneto out of the way. Alright, here's what we're going to do. Everybody says you got to pull these heads to get to those lifters. Well, they're lying. You don't have to do it on the 2.5 or the 4.0s, either one. Because the hole around the where the push rod goes is plenty big enough to take a long pair of needle nose like so, and you can go right down. I was looking for my flashlight, I had it, I must have moved it. Anyways, right down in the lifter hole, and I'm going to turn this camera around so you guys can see what I'm looking at, or maybe not, but you can see right there the lifter. You go right down in there and you can get your lifter out without pulling ahead and spending all your extra money, hard-earned cash that you could be partying on this weekend. Maybe rock climbing, mud riding, whatever you like to do, that's what you can spend your money on. So we're going to fix this Jeep that's popping back through the intake in my little garage here in Cherokee, Alabama, without spending a whole lot of money. Lifter cost me $4. Valve cover gasket's about $23 at AutoZone. And I have totally lost my flashlight. Okay, I'm good at losing stuff. There's no way I can get the engine, so I'm not really worried about it. Anyways, we're going to put this lifter in here. Now, the computer says sensor's bad, and the reason it does that is because sensors are made to detect when something's going wrong. And in this case, it was showing no change in mass airflow pressure sensor, which is your mass air in your cylinder walls. Well, the reason so it was doing that, the intake valve was not opening far enough for the engine to pull a vacuum on that cylinder, creating a weak vacuum. And we went ahead and replaced a bunch of the sensors that the computer told us to, because this Jeep has 207,000 miles on this little power box in it. And so it's time to replace a bunch of it anyway. Now I have seen coil packs and some sensors cause that problem if they fail. The problem with sensors today is they do such a good job of rebuilding them and making them and everything. We've come a long way since the Ice Age. So we have a good group of people that builds our parts and that they sell at AutoZone and different places like that. And we also use eBay. I like to use eBay. I'm an eBay guy. I buy a bunch of parts through eBay. It looks like I may need to buy me a new flashlight, but I buy a lot of parts through eBay. The reason is because I can get these parts half off through eBay, a quarter of what they cost new, and people say they're not that good at parts. Well, the same people makes them. The same people makes these parts. I'm telling you, I'm honest with you people, the same people make them. If you roll them over, every one of them says China, and if you get a part from AutoZone, they say China too. So, for me, it's a no-brainer if I'm saving $70 on a part. But anyways, I bought these parts through AutoZone because they're just little old $4 parts, and a gasket, of course, which we need. And AutoZone's great. I love AutoZone. Love the AutoZone. But I found my flashlight, my handy dandy flashlight, and I'm going to show you again the lifter that I got out of here so there's no confusion. Do you see that lifter hole there with no lifter in it? See the lobe on the cam? And I also look for bluing on that cam. There's no bluing and it looks good right there. It's got oil in the bath and all of that good stuff. So, with that being said, I'm going to get off the camera because I can't work on the camera. I work by myself. I don't have no employee. Well, I couldn't put up with him if I did have an employee. But anyways, guys, if these Jeeps are popping back through the intake, before you go spending money buying a bunch of sensors you do not need, take the time and pull that valve cover. You ain't got to rotate the engine and nothing. Just take the time and pull your valve cover. And simply take your thumb. See my thumb? I'm going to show you on my rocker arms right here. The side of the rocker arm. See that rocker arm? See it right there? Let's see if I can see it. Okay. Right there. Your rocker arm. And push down on the push rod side. And if it acts like that right there, then you got a bad lifter, my friend. And it's a very cheap, easy, simple replace. Don't let nobody talk you into spending $300 or $400. Go to AutoZone, pick you up a lifter, $4. Pick you up a cheap lifter. They all do the same thing. Pull your push rod out and drop it down in there. Put your push rod back in. Torque your rocker arms back down. Put your valve cover back on. Put your engine back together and crank it and have fun rock crawling or whatever you're going to mud riding. Taking the girls out in the woods, you know what I mean. So y'all just have fun on this here Stanfield's Automotive. We're going to get this thing back together, and next we're going to show y'all how to put a set of main bearings in without pulling the crankshaft. That's right, folks. We're going to do it without pulling the crankshaft. I don't care what the machine shop says. We can do it, and we're going to show you how to do it. That way you don't have to spend a bunch of money. So if you got a Jeep heating up with low oil pressure after it heats up, you can bet your money it's the main bearings going bad. But we're going to replace the oil pump with it. But it's the main bearings going bad. But I'm going to go ahead and replace that tired oil pump because it's been pumping extra hard because it can't get no pressure. Alright, folks. It's like a man with no Viagra. You know what I mean? Anyways, hey, we'll see y'all next time on Stanfield Automotive. Y'all have a good day.